James Helder, iFL TV, in association with MTK Global. I'm at the Peacock today in the heart of East London. Bumped into Prospect Bradley Smith. How are you, Brad?
Yeah, all good, thanks, James.
Good. What's been happening? What's been cracking in the world of Bradley?
Well, I boxed in September the 24th for the International Challenge belt. So that about.
Top
for
man.
the International.
Bradley Smith, look out for him. He's the man.
Yeah, boxed September 24th for the International Challenge belt, an 8-rounder. Stopped him in the second. Had a bit of time off, and now I'm back up in London training, looking for March the 18th.
4-0 now as a pro. 5-0 now as I'm asking that again. 5-0 now as a pro. How are you finding that sort of development stage?
Yeah, it's good. I'm just taking my time. You know, like I don't want to rush too many things, because if you rush, you know, your career could cut short or whatnot. So, just taking my time, looking to progress, and everything's about timing.
You're now stepping in out of the shadows of your wingman Tommy Martin. You've been his wingman for a long period, it seems. He's sort of been nurturing and helping you come through.
Yeah.
What does it feel like now to be sort of making a name in your own right?
Yeah, it's good. Now people know me as like Bradley, not Tommy's mate. So it's good. Like I'm coming through, just having recognition's good. You know, like not sitting there and everyone shaking Tommy's hand and like, oh, nice to meet you, mate. It's now like they're shaking my hand, so it's nice.
Boxed for your first title, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
What was that like, and sort of to get your hands on a first professional title?
Yeah, it's exciting. Like I sold a load of tickets. They were so loud at your call as well. So that was the main thing, was everyone shouting my name. But obviously when I got the win, like there wasn't a better feeling than just grabbing your first belt, you know.
I know you're from Cambridgeshire.
Yeah, Cambridge.
So do you feel it's a necessity for you to improve as a boxer that you're based sort of in London, in the capital?
Yeah. Like I felt I had to just get out of where I'm from, because like I was around my mates and they're going out, and I'm only 19, so I was sitting there thinking, oh, I want to go out with you, like this, that and the other. But being up here, I'm away from all that, you know. I'm up on my own, so it's just nice. Anything
penciled in as to when we can see you out in action?
Yeah, March the 18th. I've got a 6-rounder on a Goodwin show at your call, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, do you like fighting at your call?
Yeah, it's good. I thought they're normally fighters, so
it's a buzz, isn't it?
Yeah, you sell enough tickets, the atmosphere's crazy.
Yeah. Credit to Steve Goodwin. His shows are always busy at your call as well. Always sellouts.
All the time.
Always good events.
Always. Packs the card. A lot of ticket sellers. Atmosphere's class.
Yeah, do you think that's the key? That's the key to it then, sort of the big ticket sellers.
Yeah,
to
on
get
a
that
small hall show. I mean, if you get a load of ticket sellers, the atmosphere is going to be crazy, and Goodwin always does that. So he'll, you know, most of his fighters are ticket sellers, and he always has a Southern area or an English title fight now. So it's a good card, to be honest. Easy to sell tickets for as well.
Let's talk about the lightweight division as it stands in the UK domestically. Such a strong division, great division to watch. Everybody's talking about it. Fighters from literally all over the country. How do you think the division sits at the moment?
Well, the division is packed, and everyone's like around the same sort of like, well, you get the Southern area level, and everyone's like around the same sort of ability and stuff. And then it's the same for the English and the British. So it's just them sort of fighters that push through. Like once you get the Southern area, you look at the English, you know you're ready for like to mess about in that bit sort of thing and beat up, you know, the mandatories and the voluntaries. So I'm just coming through now, just around the Southern area bit. I mean, 2 more fights, and then hopefully by the end of this year, I could be in line for the Southern area or mandatory, you know.
Who do you think's top of the pack in this country? Flanagan, Crawler. Who, in your opinion, who do you go with?
Flanagan. I haven't seen him put a foot wrong really yet, and he's come from small hall shows, so a lot of people can relate. You know, and he got put down a few times as well in small hall shows, and now look at him, world champion. So
gone through the weights as well.
Exactly. So it shows, like small hall fighters, you know, they ain't the ones. It's just they haven't had the recognition. They haven't come with some of like the amateur pedigree that a lot of other fighters have.
I found it strange that when Terry Flanagan won prize fight, there wasn't more people clamouring over his signature to sort of sign him. It goes to show, look what he's gone on to do since then. So.
I mean, that's a lot of things. A lot of prize fighter champions. I mean, a lot of them win on like 2 fights, so sure they got some talent, but big promoters just don't go after them unless you sell a ticket and got a belt. You know, you ain't got no bargaining power really. Interesting
to see it go full circle. Terry, one of the hottest fighters around at the moment. So said you never can tell, can you?
Nah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, especially from a small hall show, like you could be sitting there watching some kid, and the next thing you know, 10 years later, he's a world champion.
I think Lee Selby again, testament to that. The way some guys are putting around the small hall shows.
Just taking the chances really, and the right timing, and that's what they've done. And now look on.
Goals and aspirations for yourself for 2017. How many fights do you want to have this year, Brad?
I want to finish on about 8-9 fights, and like I said, in line for the Southern area, or if not, Southern area champion. That is the target, and I set myself that target when I first turned pro. pick it up this year. So hopefully I can just fulfil it and get it.
The the young boxers O is so sort of marketable, and people go to great lengths to protect that. Are you one of those guys, or are we going to see you in some 50-50 fights coming up,
real
building
fighters,
up?
Mate, real fights. I mean, I don't care about the belt either. If you offer me a certain amount of money to fight him, I'm gonna fight him. It is what it is. But it's like I said, because I'm young, it's timing. So it's the right fight at the right time. Like, you ain't gonna go fight some, like OHARA Davies over 6 rounds. He wants to tick over fight. It's gonna be like, the right money against a guy who's similar to your level. But yeah, like I said, real fighters make real fights.
Speaking of OHARA Davies, what have you made of his recent sort of antics? He's very outspoken.
Yeah.
He doesn't really take other people's opinions into consideration. He does exactly what he wants to do. So, a fan of that? Not a fan of that?
Massive fan of it. I mean, I've met OHARA, like, we get on well, and I like the way he does it. He just puts it how it is. I mean, there's no point in like sitting there hiding behind saying like, oh, this guy's this guy's that. Just tells them straight, tells them how it is, and I like that. I mean, at least you know you stand with him.
Winner out of Derry Matthews, OHARA Davies. Give me your fight prediction. How do you see it?
I think OHARA stops him. I've seen OHARA, he punches, boxing abilities, quality, and I just think Derry's going to the end of his career now.
Wish you the best of luck in March at your call. Thank you for giving me a bit of time today, Brad.
Brilliant, thanks.
Good to get you back on the channel, mate.
It's good to be back.
We'll catch you on Zoom.
Cheers, Sam. Thank you.
Sam.